Your fear is holding you back from the best part of your life. Let's get real. What opportunities have you or I unknowingly thrown away because of fear? Think about the times you've backed away, avoided taking a risk, or stayed in your own comfort zone. You may have missed out on something big. Is fear stopping you from success? We've all been there, right? That gut feeling saying, oh, this could go wrong, so we back off. But here's the thing, what are you actually missing by avoiding your fears? And what if, just maybe, fear isn't the villain that you think it is? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on fear and uncover the hidden opportunities it might be blocking. This isn't about facing every fear head on like some superhero. It's about discovering how to get curious about what's behind your fears. So, ready to see if there's something amazing hiding in your fear? What if I told you that your biggest fear is actually hiding something extraordinary? An opportunity you might never see if you don't take that first step. Just think about it. What if those moments where you've hesitated, avoided, or even backed away out of fear were blocking your path to growth, or blocking your path to joy and personal fulfillment? That's what today's all about. Shining a light on those fears and unlocking the strength that they're hiding. We have all been there, right? Maybe it's that job you didn't apply for, or a tough conversation you avoided, or a personal boundary you let slip because stepping into the unknown felt too risky. That fear-based voice in our head loves to convince us to stay comfortable, to keep things the same. But here's the catch. Those who lean into discomfort and face their fears, they're growing. Think about people you admire. Resilient, successful individuals often share one trait. They are willing to embrace uncertainty and use fear as a guide instead of an enemy. This shift, embracing discomfort instead of avoiding it, is the key to moving past fear and into a place of resilience, growth, and self-acceptance. Imagine approaching life without the what ifs, all the what ifs that fear tries to sell us on. The truth, if you never step past that fear, you're never going to know what's waiting on the other side. I see this in my clients time and time again. Those who admit, yes, I am scared, but I'm going to do it anyway. Those are the ones who come back and say, I can't believe how far I've come. They go from feeling stuck to creating a life that they want. Not by erasing fear, but by acknowledging it and leaning into it. And here's how you can start this journey yourself. You don't need to conquer your fear in one go. Instead, follow these little actionable steps to turn your fear into fuel. First, identify your core fear. So begin by pinpointing what you're truly afraid of. Is it rejection, failure, the fear of being vulnerable? Be specific. Dig deep enough to find the root of that fear. Often it's tied to something we believe about ourselves. So naming it is the first step. It makes it manageable rather than mysterious. Number 2, visualize both the worst and the best outcomes. We tend to only see the worst case scenario, which gives fear more power. But by visualizing both the worst and the best outcomes, you allow yourself to see the range of possibilities. For instance, if you're afraid to have a difficult conversation with your spouse or with your boss, the worst outcome might be rejection or some tension. But what's the best outcome? Maybe it's freedom, clarity, or even a stronger connection. By opening yourself up to these positive possibilities, you shift fear into perspective. Number 3, break down one small action step. Fear feels huge when we look at it all at once. So break it down. What's one small thing you could do to face this fear? If you're terrified of having that conversation or sending that text, do it now. Send a text, send an email, set an appointment and a time to meet. Think about what you want to accomplish during your time together and plan out what you're going to say. Then go into the conversation with a curious and open mind. You may need a second conversation or a third, that's okay. But if you don't start with the first one, you'll never move past where you are right now. The goal here isn't to eliminate fear entirely, but to start small, build confidence, and see that you're capable of leaning into your fears. Number 4, track your progress and reflect. Journaling or reflecting on each step can be a game changer. After you take one small action that you're scared to take, that you're fearful of, think about how you felt before, how you felt during, and how you felt after. And over time, you're going to start to see patterns. You'll see that the more you confront your fears, the less powerful they become. This process transforms fear from an obstacle into a stepping stone. Number 5, celebrate the small wins. Every small step toward your fear is a victory, and it deserves a little celebration. Whether it's reaching out for support, making a new choice, or just showing up for yourself, a little celebration. This isn't just about getting over fear, but it's about building confidence and resilience by acknowledging your courage. It doesn't matter how big or how small. It's about leaning into the fear and facing it head on rather than avoiding it. Number 6, reframe fear as a guide. Here's the big twist. Instead of seeing fear as an enemy or something that you're scared of or avoiding it, think of fear as a compass. It's often pointing us towards areas where growth is possible. If something scares you, when something scares me, it's a sign that that something is worth exploring and taking action on. The unknown can be daunting, but that's where the magic lies. By gradually rewiring your relationship with fear, you start seeing it as a sign that you're on the right track, rather than a warning to retreat. Number 7, practice gratitude and self-compassion. Being compassionate with yourself as you lean into your fears and face them one at a time, give yourself credit for the work you're doing, for each time you choose courage over comfort. Practice gratitude. Appreciating the progress you're making helps you to reinforce that you're more than your fears. You're capable of growth. You're capable of self-love, even in the face of challenges. Number 8, surround yourself with support. Facing fear alone can be overwhelming. Find your team, those who inspire you and uplift you and hold you accountable. Lean on friends, mentors, or coaches for guidance and support. Having a support system, it not only strengthens your courage, but reminds you that you're not alone in this journey. So let's circle back. What if your biggest fear is actually your biggest opportunity? What if leaning into it could open doors you've been waiting for, but haven't dared to walk through? Fear isn't the villain. It's the signal that there's something valuable on the other side. Maybe it's the life you've always wanted, or the career that aligns with your passions, or the relationships that fill you up. Don't let fear dictate your choices. Instead, let it show you where you need to grow. Take that first step. Doesn't mean you're eliminating fear altogether, but it's about choosing courage in small moments, facing discomfort, and allowing yourself to evolve. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is deciding to take action when you are terrified of what might happen. When you're feeling scared, you still take action. That's courage. Taking action will transform your fear into strength, resilience, and you're going to prove to yourself that you have what it takes. Are you ready to see what's hiding behind your fear? Because that's where the real transformation begins.